Imagine you are standing in front of something completely ordinary, a spider, a height, darkness. For some, it's nothing, but for you, your heart starts beating faster, your breathing becomes uneven, and your body reacts as if you are on the edge of survival. This is not just fear, this is a phobia. A phobia is not, "I am afraid." It is an irrational, uncontrollable fear that arises even when there is no real danger. In psychology, it is part of anxiety disorders. And here it is important to understand the difference. Fear is a reaction to danger. A phobia is a reaction to imagined danger. For example, seeing a snake in the wild. Fear is justified. Seeing a picture of a snake and feeling panic, that is already a phobia. Phobias are not in the soul. They are in the brain. The key role here is played by the amygdala, a small structure deep inside the brain. It is responsible for recognizing danger, triggering the fight or flight response, emotional memories. When you see something associated with danger, the amygdala activates instantly, faster than you can think. At the same time, the hippocampus is working, it stores memories. If there was a trauma in the past, the brain records it and starts reacting automatically. And one more important element, the prefrontal cortex. This is the part of the brain responsible for logic. But during a phobia, it often shuts down. That is why you understand that there is nothing to be afraid of, but you cannot stop. Phobias are not rare. About 10 to 12% of people encounter them. In women, about twice as often. The most common, arachnophobia, up to 30 to 35%. Acrophobia, up to 25%. Social anxiety, up to 12%. Claustrophobia, 10%. Aerophobia, 6 to 7%. An interesting fact, the human brain recognizes a spider faster than a flower. This has been proven by experiments and is related to survival. Another fact, many people are afraid not of the height itself, but of losing control and falling. Unexpectedly common phobias. There are fears that seem strange, but are quite common. Trypophobia, fear of holes or clusters of holes. Mysophobia, fear of germs and dirt. Thanatophobia, fear of death. Nyctophobia, fear of darkness, especially in adults. Hidden. An interesting fact. Trypophobia can cause physical nausea. This is the brain's reaction to a potential threat of infection. The world of phobias is much deeper and stranger than it seems. Here are some rare ones. Omphallophobia, fear of belly buttons. Chromatophobia, fear of money. Hippopotamonstrose, quipedaliophobia, fear of long words, ironically. Nomophobia, fear of being without a phone. Ergophobia, fear of work. One of the strangest facts, some people are afraid of fear itself. This is called phobophobia. Phobias do not appear just like that. They are formed as a result of trauma. One strong negative experience can be recorded in the brain. For example, a dog bite equals fear of all dogs. Getting stuck in an elevator equals claustrophobia. As a result of observation, you can inherit fear. If someone around you in childhood was panically afraid, your brain copies it. Genetics. Some people have a more sensitive nervous system. This means stronger emotional reactions, greater tendency to anxiety. Evolution, fear of darkness, heights, spiders. This is not random. Once, it was a matter of survival. Brain errors. Sometimes the brain simply exaggerates. It sees danger where there is none. A phobia is not a sentence. The brain can be retrained. Gradual exposure, the most effective method. This is called cognitive behavioral therapy. The essence, small steps, controlled exposure to fear. The brain gets used to it, and the fear decreases. Reprogramming thoughts. Phobias are fueled by thoughts. This is dangerous. I can't handle it. The task is to change these patterns. Body control. The body and brain are connected. Methods: breathing, meditation, relaxation. They calm the amygdala. Medications in severe cases. Sometimes antidepressants or anxiolytics are used, but this is not the main solution. Do not avoid. Avoidance is the main thing that sustains a phobia. Phobias are not weakness. This is an ancient survival mechanism that sometimes begins to work against you. Your brain does not want to destroy you. It wants to save you. But sometimes it makes mistakes. And the scariest thing is not the fear itself, but the fact that you allow it to control your life. Because every time you step back, it becomes stronger. And every time you take a step forward, it becomes weaker. Fear does not disappear instantly, but it retreats when you stop running. Everyone has something they are afraid of. The only question is, will you run away or will you take a step toward it? If this video made you think, leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss more deep topics about the brain, fear, and reality. And remember, sometimes the scariest thing is not what is outside, but what is inside.